Hello. Welcome to, sorry, I'm all jiggly. Welcome to our weekly live. I'm so happy to see you all. Gotta get some Stampin' Lips on. It has been a really busy day around here. I think I'm going outside the lines. Our final preparations before I leave for Houston. And so we've been busy getting everything ready for our trip. I am super excited to see stamping friends in Houston. And of course, I'll be meeting up with my besties, Barb and Kelly, which makes me super happy. And I'm also going to see some team members, which I'm really excited about. I think one I have never met before, so that's going to be so awesome. I always love getting to do that. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. It is absolutely glorious out today. It is so beautiful, bright and sunny, windy, but very nice. So I am super excited about that. I am feeling better, even though I'm still not 100%, but I am definitely feeling a lot better than I have been. So that is really good news. It has just drug on so long. And I'm almost nervous to say that because every time I felt like I'm almost on, the upswing, that's when things get crazy. So anyway, oh, Judy, thank you. You're so sweet. We were outside with the dogs and my hair was like flying through the air. Like I could see the shadow, like the sun casting a shadow of my hair. And it was like literally crazy. So I quick brushed it before I came on, but it's not as tidy as it once was earlier today. So, Crystal, is it crazy windy where you are? It is so windy here, but it is just lovely to see the sun. I always love the sun. This weekend, my husband and I took the dogs, or well, I guess that would be yesterday. We took the dogs for a really long walk, like 3.5 miles, which is a bit longer than we normally do. And it was like I was so tired at the end. I think because when you walk, it's different to just walk than it is to walk dogs for a long way. And my husband, he's the one who does the brunt of the work. He had a couple incidents. I don't want to say incidents, that sounds terrible, but he, let's just say, had to control them more than I did. They get just really excited when they see other dogs, so they can't quite contain themselves. They just want to be best friends with everybody. So I have to giggle because my daughter's kind of the same way about dogs, not people. She's like, have you ever seen those shirts or bumper stickers or things that say, tell your dog I said hi? That is my daughter, 100%. So let's see. Last week, we had our first official track meet. It was just a nice 3-hour drive. And the great thing was Carl ran a new race for the first time. He ran the 3,200, which is basically 2 miles. And they don't keep track of records for indoor meets versus outdoor meets. They just do the season. But he unofficially had, in the first time he ever raced this race, set the school record for indoor. And indoor is different than outdoor because the track is different. It's a different size. And so, it's hard. I was talking to him about it yesterday, and he was saying that his coach was calling out the like splits, and he's like, what does that mean? Because it's a 300 yard or meter track, not a 400, which is a standard outdoor track. So anyway, But it was really funny too because, and this is hysterical. So Ella, this was at Iowa State where Ella goes to school. And so we went a little early and had lunch with her. And then she came and watched him run and cheered for him. And like the crowd's not huge because it was the middle of a work day, and it's in Ames, which is a long ways from here. I mean, obviously there was schools from all across Iowa there, but um it was, so not a lot of parents come, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so Carl's cheering section was well represented. Well, the funny thing is, apparently we didn't know this, but they live streamed the race, and you can hear my husband just screaming super loud, and I thought I was bad, but I think he's worse than I am. And then Ella is even worse. So we were kind of spread out. It's indoor track meets are so hard because you're at the same level as the track. And in this case, there's only certain places where you could actually cheer from. Like you can't go all the way around because like one side is the wall. And then I don't know, it's just funny. But I just laughed. Ella was at the start. And the start and the finish are different places because of the weird size of the track. Usually they're the same place, depending on the race, I guess I should say. But anyway, it was pretty funny. Apparently in the live stream, you can really hear my husband because I think he was right by where the recording was happening or the televising or whatever the camera was. He was right there. So I had to laugh. And my voice is just not in tune. I mean, being sick, and you can hear it in my voice today. I still sound all nasally. And so anyway, we had just a lovely time, but it really cracked me up to hear Carl's cheering section because it was pretty impressive. So anyway, he ended up getting 6th place. He is sick also, like we all are. He kind of flipped out a little because he got sick on Wednesday, and we went to urgent care on Wednesday. And, you know, they're kind of like, suck it up, which is what I told him. But anyway, so we sat at urgent care and waited for a long time for them to say, well, it's probably allergies, but here's some prednisone, hope it helps. So in his race, he was doing really well until the very end, and he kind of died hard. So he was leading it for a good chunk of the time. And then he said the last 2 laps, which are shorter laps, he said they were really tough. So anyway, he did really great. So we were proud of him. He didn't quite get the time he wanted. He's trying to qualify for this thing called Drake Relays. And he said he could be okay because they take the top times, however many people, and he's probably in good shape. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. But I think he enjoyed it, and it was pretty fun to have him do well right out the gate. So that is good. Last year, this is really funny. So the track is a weird length, and last year when he ran the 4x8 relay, the exchanges aren't in the same place like they would be on a normal track, so they're opposite each other, and they ran it wrong, which was really funny. So Carl ran the right amount, another kid ran, and then the third and fourth, the third guy ran like a 600 and the fourth guy ran like an 1100. And so that was kind of funny. Anyway, they did not run super well last year. So it was really nice that he kicked off the season really, really well this year. So I was very happy about that. So anyway, that is about what's going on here. I'm trying to think if there was something else I needed to tell you. I think that's everything, but I've got super cool projects for you. I've got a bundle to give away. And I've got a few things from my mailbox to share with you, so I think we should get on it. So first off, I gotta panic clean a little bit before I flip my work surface around for you, because I gotta do my drawing for our card challenge. And then I have a new card challenge that's super cool. If you were at the Lavender retreat, you're going to love this one. And you're going to laugh. Look at, I got my rolled up tickets. We had a lot of people participate this year, or this time around. So that was awesome. And I see there's some international winners. And if you are an international winner, I cannot send you product based on Stampin' Up! Rules. I can, however, send you a PDF. So that will be your that will be your prize if you are not a U.S. resident. Okay. There's look at all of these. Okay, I'm giggling. I just saw Jean Maxwell's name. She has quite the propensity to win. Ooh, I see some new names. That's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, yeah. I see all kinds of names who don't normally participate, so that is awesome. I'm smiling as I'm reading off the names. Oops, I missed my cup. And I see names that are here on our live, so that's awesome. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. I'm giggling because Kelly wrote out these tickets. I did not. And so I haven't seen all the names yet. Wow, good job. I'm like, yay, all these people who participated. Ooh, that's a new name. Ah, look at that. Jean. Jean. Okay, so we've got a ton of tickets. And I'm super excited to, well, here, I should probably flip my camera around. Okay. Oh. Only the pretty part of the desk. So here we go. Tons and tons and tons and tons of names in here. I think, whoops, put that one back in. I have seriously not had so many people participate in a long time, so that's really awesome. Okay, so our winner is this one right here, Anna Rebedow. Rebedow. Anna, congratulations. So Anna, let me grab my prize. You can pick from, I've got the Excellent Eggs bundle or the Easter Lilies bundle or the flower cart bundle. We got an order in today. So you can choose any of these, Anna. Just drop me an email to let me know along with your mailing address, just to make sure I have the correct address for you. And congratulations. So yay, well done. All right. Next up, I've got some cards that came in the mail, just a couple. I think, I can't remember if I shared this one. This one came all the way from Canada. So this was a Valentine. So thank you, Catherine. And I might have shown this last time. I wasn't sure because it wasn't with my others. And so I don't know, it's so tricky. But look at this. I got a cute little St. Patrick's Day card. This one is from Brenda, who's on my team. And I just love this. For each petal on the shamrock, this bring wish your way. Good health, good luck, and happiness. Sorry, I was like, Do you ever read things and think, is that really what the word is? Okay, maybe I do every once in a while. But anyway, thank you, Brenda. You're so sweet. She sends me cards all the time, and I'm so grateful. Here is another super cute card. This is from Harriet, who won this bundle from something. I can't remember what, but good job, Harriet. And I love what you did with this. Super duper cute. That's the Sending Love bundle. And I think that's everything. I also have a couple of things to let you know. First off, this month, during the month of March, if you spend $50 in my online store, you will get the Rock and Roll All-Star Video Class bundle. You can also purchase it. I should be linked in the description of this video. Sorry. Let me take a sip of water. And if you have already made a purchase and have not received this, my assistant, who normally sends those out, was out last week because she was renewing her vows in Vegas with her husband. So congratulations, my dear Becky. She's been married 40 years and they are still happy. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, she's coming back tomorrow. So if you're waiting on that, it'll be here soon. All right. Also, when you spend $35 in my online store, you'll also get, or you will get, a pre-cut cardstock packet for today's projects. And you have 2 weeks to do that. So you have until March 24th, 2 weeks. And then I'll have, because I'm not going to be live next week. I'm traveling home that day on Monday, and I won't get home till like 9 p.m. So at any rate, we've got 2 weeks to order these fabulous goodies. And an order of $35 or more, you get the free pre-cut cardstock pack. At $50, you get the All-Star tutorial, and at $75 you'll get an embellishment to go with your packet, which I'll show you here in just a minute. Make sure you use this host code to get these goodies, and I am just super grateful for your business. It really makes a big difference when you order, so thank you so much for that. And then of course our online class this month is the Latte Love, and then I also have the Sunshine and Creativity Delivered for this month. For you order or you subscribe during the month of March, and then our April box is going to be the zinnia bundle. So I'm super duper excited about that. The zinnias are so pretty, so much fun, so bright and happy, and oh, it's going to be amazing. So anyway, make sure you get registered for that. Again, all the links for this stuff are in the description of this video. Okay, so there we go with all of that. Next up, let me show you the cards we're going to make. They're pretty awesome. Okay, so first off, we're going to be working with a couple of things. The Perennial Postage bundle, which is one of my absolute favorites. These dies are just, I keep using them. I come back to them over and over and over again. And I've got some really cool projects with these that you're going to love. And you're also going to love the fact that you get a pre-cut cardstock packet if you earn one for putting an order in, because we're going to do all the hard work for you and cut all the pieces. I'm also using, and do I have the case? Yes. The Botanical Beauty stamp set today. This is not really a set, it's a background stamp. And this is another really pretty background that I think you're gonna love. So we're gonna play with that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start by sharing our first project, which is a fun fold. And let me get all my pieces here. This was inspired by a card that I received, and I'm going to show you the card first, just because I think a visual helps. I got this card from Anne, who is on here, and I did like a horizontal version of this in our Lavender retreat, and I wanted to do the vertical version of this. So this is a half a sheet of cardstock, and then it opens like that, or you can flip the pages like this, however you want to do it, but it's just so stinking cute. And of course she did such a lovely job with the Be My Valentine bundle, which is of course adorable. We're going to do a totally different take on it, but the pieces are going to be very similar. Okay, so I'm going to start with my half a sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to score this at 1 inch, 2 1/4, and this is your card challenge card. I think I said that, but just in case. 3 1/8, and then 4 1/4. Okay. And so you have like a little wider, a little skinnier, a little wider, a little skinnier piece. All right, then we're also going to do some cutting. Okay, so I'm going to place this on the 3 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to cut up to that first score line. And there's a little notch on the side of your trimmer blade. That little notch lets you know where you're at. So you're going to line it up till you get to the first score line. Okay, and then I'm going to put it on the 4 1/2 inch mark, and then I'm going to skip a section, and then I'm going to cut once again. So my old eyes are going to do this. Okay. I know you're already going to tell me I'm not that old, but I'm feeling it lately. Okay, so I've made 2 cuts. Now we're going to take a scissor. And, oh, these are my ribbon scissors. I can't use those. That would be bad. All right, so I'm going to take and cut this off. Okay, so I'm going to cut from that second line. I'm going to cut from our slit down to this. And you could use your trimmer if you feel that's easier for you. I don't like using the trimmer. So I'm going to just eyeball it, okay? Like that. I eyeballed it with my old eyes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is fold this over, and then we're going to kind of accordion it. And then what you'll see is it's not totally even, but that's okay, because we're going to cover up a big chunk of this with pieces. So this is what you start out with, okay? Then we're going to need some cardstock pieces. So I want 2 pieces that are the same color as my card, and that's going to be the pieces that fit this and this. They're going to fit on this section and this section of your card. Okay, so those pieces are 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, and then 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. So those are our 2 pieces. Okay, and then if you want a layer for each of these, which I recommend, you can do these pieces. Either I'm going to use solid cardstock, but you could also use designer series paper. Now on the sample that I have here, those are going to be the layers that are yellow. And then the DSP layers are 1/8 of an inch smaller of each of these. So I can put that down. So if you wanted DSP layers, they're going to be 2 by 3 1/4, 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, and 4 by 5 1/4. Those are a little easier measurements. Now don't worry, I will put all of this information up on both my blog and on the Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group, which is where our challenge will be located for the whole month of March. Okay, so let's start putting this together. So I'm going to take my 2 pieces and adhere them. So you can see this one is going to fit right there, all nice and cute. So I'm going to put some seal on here. And then I like folding it, ooh, just to make sure it's all lined up the way you want and kind of flush with the bottom of your card. All right, so there's our first one. Then our next one is going to fit right in here like that. And now you can see we've got the 3 tiers, which is just lovely. Okay, and I will put some seal on that panel. And again, we just want to make sure when we fold this all up that it's going to fold nice and even with the bottom of our card. It's not going to be like angled or funny. The reason I say that is sometimes your score lines might move the panel, so you just want to make sure it's lined up the way you want it to be lined up. Okay, so there is our card. Look at how fun that is. So now we're going to decorate. Now, I was inspired by a card that I made, and I actually don't have it here, but I made a bunch of these for my team as a little surprise for people who had placed orders during the month of January. And we just sent those out, and we actually just finished sending them out. So if you didn't get one yet, and you are expecting one, they're coming. Because it was a pretty big task to make a whole bunch of cards. And we sent out a little treat in those. Anyway, so I used the color combination, which was Coastal Cabana, of course, the color that lets us know God loves us. And then I'm going to combine it with some Granny Apple Green and Daffodil Delight. That was on our card that I made for my team. And then I'm also adding a third shade because I needed a third color, which is Lemon Lime Twist. So we're going to put these very happy, springy colors together to create our card. Okay, so I'm going to start with this stamp. And in an effort to keep this a little bit on the, well, no, I'm not going to. I was going to say we're going to keep it on the subtle side, but who am I kidding? We're not. We're going to go wild and crazy. So I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is my Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to ink up a little section of my stamp. And then I'm going to put my piece of cardstock on here. Now, a word to the wise, this is so useful with background stamps. Take a block, just a plain clear block, and then hold your cardstock in place. You don't want it to move around, but then use this as a rubber. Rub your stamp, and then, oh, look at the amazing, wonderful stamping. Okay, so we've got that. Then I'm going to clean this off with my chamois. Okay. And then we're going to repeat this. Oh, it looks like my stamp might have had some ink on it. I was wondering. It's interesting. I thought I saw some other color on there. Look at me using a dirty stamp with a light color. Naughty. Okay, I hope y'all have some experience with that, just because it makes me feel better knowing that you're doing the same things I'm doing. Okay, next I'm going to do Lemon Lime Twist. And I'm inking up more of this piece. And I'll just kind of stick that right in the center. And use that block as my rubber. Not that kind. I don't know what you're thinking about. Okay. That was Lemon Lime Twist. And then now we're going to do Granny Apple Green. You guys. Okay, so Granny Apple Green. And we'll put that on there. And one final rubbing. Somewhere, the boys in my house, heads are exploding. There we go. Okay. So there are our 3 panels stamped with our fun background stamp. Again, that's the Botanical Beauty background stamp. It's in the mini catalog. Okay. I'm gonna put that, close that up so as to not make anyone nervous. Okay, I'm going to adhere this. Obviously, this has to go here because that's the only place there's enough room. I guess it wouldn't have to, but there we go. I'm already loving the colors. Then this piece is going to go right here. And you can see there's just a skinny little border around each. Oh. And then this piece right here is going to go right there. Now, before I attach this one, though, I'm going to actually, well, I can't remember. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attach it. Well, no, I don't want to attach it yet. How's that for not being able to make up your mind? And by the way, when you have a problem like that, where you put adhesive on a layer, either your silicone craft sheet or a strip of your backings from your glue dot, mini glue dots is a really good way to do that. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then we'll decide where we put our ribbon. Okay, so I've got my sentiments from my perennial postage stamp, and I'm using 3 different sentiments on this one. I'm using sending love and best wishes. You mean the world to me, and happy Mother's Day. So this is just a nice little sentiment grouping. But there's other sentiments you can use from this stamp set as soon as I find it. Here you go. So you can do kind of a variety of different things on here. For instance, I know you will get through this. That's so nice. Big hugs is another really fun one. Maybe, well, you are loved beyond measure. Maybe that actually is better than sending love and best wishes, because that sounds a little bit more like a wedding card. I don't know. Okay, here for you always is a good one. Thank you for your friendship is a good one. Anyway, so you're just going to pick the sentiments that you would like to use. So I think you're simply marvelous. That's another good one. Maybe we'll use that. Sorry, I'm changing my mind right in the middle of this whole thing. Okay. I guess I don't know if that was one I was planning on using for another card, but we'll find out. Doesn't matter. You can make yours with whatever sentiments you want. All right, that was not a clean stamp either. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a postage die cut that I've die cut, and this might change what. Oh, that'll fit. Okay, so you're simply marvelous. Now, what we're going to do is to decorate this. Oh, I lost my butterflies. We're going to take our butterflies. Seriously, what did I do with them? Ah, bad, Dina. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they're right here, just right next to me. Whew. That was a little scary for just a second. Okay, so I'm going to pull one of these or all of these sheets out. Now, here's the glorious thing about these you don't have to die cut them. They're like laser cut for you. Okay. All right, so I've got this pretty little butterfly that I'm going to add to this. You're simply marvelous. And I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment in black. Okay. There we go. You're simply marvelous. And then we're going to add this butterfly. Now the butterfly is lovely, but it's so white against white, right? So what I want to do is take, and I think we're going to tie the ribbon around the die cut piece. Oh, but I'm still not sure. Oh my gosh. Don't you love my indecision? Maybe you can relate to this. All right. But what we're going to do first is color our butterfly a little bit. So I'm just going to bring in some scrap paper and a little blending brush action. And I'm going to start with, I'm going to do this one with a little bit of Daffodil Delight. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that Daffodil Delight ink on here, like so. And by the way, if you get the card kit, you'll get the butterfly that you need to make this. You don't have to have these, but they're so pretty. Okay, so there's that. And here we go. There we go. Now here's our dilemma, friends. Do we put the ribbon on this panel? Yes, I think we are going to put it on this panel. I was right to wait. Oh, and where's my ribbon? Oh, I don't see it. That's not good. Okay. I think it's out from our making the other cards. So in your kit, well, I'll just use this. It's this ribbon. Maybe I'll just put this piece on, but we'll actually wrap it around this panel and tie it. Oh, all that stressing. Because I know I have my roll of ribbon, but it's in the other room because we were using it on the cards that we made. So I apologize. Okay. So there we go. Now I'm going to put, what am I thinking? Glue this on with a mini glue dot. And of course, I'm going to kind of curl my wings because that's just who I am. Okay. So I'm just going to put that on like that. All right. And then I'm going to add it to my card like this. Okay. And you can see it's sneaking over to the side, which I think is great. Okay. Now, what I was trying to decide was, do I want to pop this up? This card already has some heft to it because of all the layers right here. But, you know, I like a good dimensional. So we are going to pop it up because you know what? We can. And if you can pop up with something on your card, you should. Those are words to live by, friends. I believe that with my whole heart. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of position that on there like so. All right. Next up, we're going to embellish. So if your order is $75 or more, you will get a package of these embellishments. And we're going to use the black glitter. These are sparkle gems. We're going to use the glitter ones. Let's get some fresh tacky out of my take your pick tool because this is all dirty and gross. Well, not dirty and gross, but well loved. Okay, so I'm going to use a small one. Like that, right there. Now, when you add the bow to it, like so, which we're just going to glue dot on, again, because we can. This is the layer that you would adhere. But, oh, this actually is a pretty good makeshift situation. So there we go. Otherwise, I would tie it around the yellow layer. Okay, so there we go. There's our first layer. Now, our second layer, we're going to put on the inside here. And you can do kind of a variety of different things here, really. So you can choose, what I have here is this same size postage stamp. And I'm going to line it up with the first one, basically, when I adhere it to the inside. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here. So this one is going to be, "You mean the world to me." And yep, that fits. Whew, is kind of what I'm thinking, but it fits. Okay. And then I'm going to add another butterfly to this. And here, I got to make sure I use the right one. Okay, there's that one. And that one is the, okay. So, used that one. That one's for that one. And this one. Just making sure. Okay, so now this one is going to be bigger, but we're going to flip it so it's kind of going in the opposite direction, because this one was facing this way. So we're going to have this one facing that way. I mean, otherwise it's running into the card. Do you guys ever think about things like that? Okay, so on this one, I am going to actually color this one Coastal Cabana, because we want to bring some of that blue in to our card. Okay, so we'll get some ink. And on this one, I don't really care how dark it is. Dark is good. I'm being careful of the antenna because I don't want to rip them off. And I'm probably not going to go quite all the way out to the tips of the butterfly, just because I like having some interest where there's some is white, some is colored. But I'm going to kind of curl this again, even though it's going to get smushed in my card. I made the effort. Okay, so now this one is definitely going to stick out on our card, and that's fine, because it kind of gives you a hint of what's, you know, there's something special underneath, and I think that's a good thing. Okay, so we will once again glue dot this on. And put that in like so. And where did our embellishments go? Now this card, I'm just gonna really lean into it. It's gonna require extra postage. So we're just gonna go all out. Okay. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could, like, I'm offsetting this a little bit, and that's fine too. I think that'll be just fine. But you want to make sure it's not on there like totally crooked from the other one. So let's put some adhesive on here and then kind of line it up. I actually kind of like it offset even a little better. Okay, so there we go. All right, and then our last one is, well, okay, so here's where it gets tricky. All right, I think I'm going to change what I was going to do, because we want there to be some room to write. Well, I don't, oh, I'm on the undecided team for this. This is where I kind of lost my train. So I want there to be space to write, but actually you could write here, let's be honest. So I might just keep it simple and say Happy Mother's Day on this. That was my original plan. I don't know about you in your card making, but sometimes I overthink things. Is anybody like giggling because that's something they do as well? Okay, so Happy Mother's Day. think that's super pretty. Now we've got all this other business in here, so it's okay if this is a little bit more simple. We just want to make sure that it's, this one I definitely don't want to have sticking out. Okay. So then when you kind of pull it like that, you can see all the layers, but then you can go like this. You can write stuff there. You could write stuff there, whatever you want. You could even cut two of this piece and put it right here. So you could write on that if you wanted. I mean, that would work as well. It's really up to you. Okay. So isn't this just glorious? I love how it turned out. So your challenge is to create a card with this fun fold and share it in our group. Now I will say it's this way, not the other way. This is the way. So there you go. So have fun with that. Oh my gosh, I just dipped it in ink. And somebody's out there going, I told her she should close her ink pads. I know. I hear you out there. Okay. So there's our first card, which, by the way, I love the first card. I think it turned out even better than I expected. Sometimes I surprise myself. Okay, so I'm putting all my stuff away. So I hope you liked that one. Let me get rid of a few of my supplies here, and then we're going to start our next one. That, by the way, was the complicated card. The other two are pretty quick and easy. Okay, so for our next card, by the way, here are those dimensions again. For our next card, we are making it a lot more simple, but very pretty. Now, this is a card that actually did not make it into our Lavender retreat. I actually switched it out for the other fun fold that I did during the retreat, in case you were wondering which card I switched. But I really liked this card and wanted to find a way to bring it to you. So I'm going to start with a half a sheet of crumb cake cardstock. And let me check this feed here because I have not been watching comments at all. Oh, love it. There was a gasp. Oh, that makes me so happy. Sherry's overthinking her cards right now. I just love it. Is that the card for the next challenge? Yes, that was the next challenge card. All that will be up tomorrow on the web, the interwebs. Joy is excited to be back on daylight savings time. Not in the morning, though. I know, right? It was kind of brutal. I just struggled a little bit. I thought it was kind of mean. It seemed really early this year. Is that right or wrong? Am I just remembering it wrong? Maybe it's the same time. I have no idea. Well, it's always cued in with like Easter, isn't it? Like the vernal equinox, or it has something to do with all that. I don't know. I'm sure it's all arbitrary and whatever, but okay. Now this next card, you might get in your card kit, you might get a different pattern of designer series paper, but it'll all work. This card just makes my heart so happy. I love this one so much. It's so simple and easy. We're going to take and die cut a, and I'm going to ask you, should we do 1, 2, or 3? You can let me know. 1, 2, or 3. And we're going to make a really pretty card with this. Oh, I love it. Joy says 1. Connie says 3. Trish says 2. Julie says 2. 3, 2, 3. 3. 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 2, 3. You guys are killing me. Okay, I feel like 3s have it. I was pulling for 1. Actually, I have a 1 sample that I'll show you. So we're going to go with 3. Thank you for voting. So 3 is a good choice. They're all, let's be honest, they're all good choices because this paper is just so beautiful. This is the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. And I really love this paper. I die cut this with the second to largest of the dies. And I'm just going to attach this to my card like this. Oh, actually, I'm going to pop it up because, you know me. If you can pop it up, you should. That should be my new mantra. Oh, by the way, this is the other side of this one. I will say, I think this is my favorite piece of that designer series paper. To be honest, I know that is probably wrong because it's not one of the lavender pieces, but it's just so pretty. I just love it. But I really like both of these two. These probably tie for my second favorite. Actually, it was a while before I realized these were two different pieces. I thought at first, I was like, oh, they put a lot of this sheet in my packet. That's weird. No. Two different patterns, Dina. I don't know why I assumed that, because they're clearly different. These ones have white flowers and butterflies. These have purple flowers and no butterflies. All right, but I'm going to take, and I grabbed myself 2 strips because I wasn't sure which sentiment I was going to use for sure, but I think I'm going to use, oh, I really like Here For You Always. Let's see if that'll fit on this piece. You Are Loved Beyond Measure is really nice as well. The only tricky thing about this is these words with the big swooping letters. Don't get me wrong, I love me a good mixed font stamp, sentiment stamp. Really love that a lot. But sometimes it can be challenging when you have most of it is skinny, you know what I mean? But this is a 3/4 inch strip, and if it doesn't work, we'll get a bigger strip. Yeah, it's really, really tight. Do it one more time. Gosh, does my ink pad need to get reinked? I have been given my Lost Lagoon a workout. So this is Lost Lagoon ink, by the way. And what I'm doing is I'm lining it up with my card so that I can stamp it in the center of this piece. Upside down, but still centered. Haha. Here For You Always, and I just got it to fit. Good job, Dina. I think it's important to give yourself affirmations when needed. So I'm going to trim that to 4 1/4, and then I'm going to close my ink pad because I can already hear somebody out there saying, she's got her ink pads open. She's going to get ink on her card. I know. All right. So Here For You Always. Oh. Then we're going to take a piece of this Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to trim that to 4 1/4. I just grabbed, this was a scrap I happen to have sitting in my scrap drawer. So I'm going to take and rip this right down the center. And when I do that, I have 2 pieces that have that lovely ripped edge. And then I just have to tell this sweet story really quick. So I had just the most wonderful gal on my team for many years. Her name was Carmen. She died about 4 or 5 years ago. And bless her heart, she would make cards for her elderly mom. And if she ever crinkled or ripped the paper, her mom would say that they were defective because she thought it was wrong to have a ripped, like a torn edge or a crinkled paper look on her card, which just cracked me up. I love the stories Carmen would tell about her mom, so that always made me giggle. Okay, so we're going to put that right on here like so. Very simple. And I'm just going to give that some good adhesive. And in fact, if you wanted to put a dimensional on either end, just to hold it up, that would be fine. I would never suggest anything that would keep you from using more dimensionals. Okay, if you wanted to buy $35 worth of dimensionals in my online store so you could get this card kit, I would not judge you in any way. Okay, so there it is. Now we're going to take this lovely butterfly here and just add it to the top. Of course, I got to curl the wings, obviously. And I think I'm going to glue dot this right on my card. Oops. There's another glue. We'll use 2 glue dots. Make sure she's adhered real nice. Okay. So I'm just going to stick that on there like so. And then we'll take our embellishments and we're going to take some of these silver ones. And we're going to put a couple of silver sparklers right on here. Actually, I could take a big one and a little one. Or maybe a big one and 2 little ones. I feel like this deserves 3 sparkles on it. And look at how pretty that is. Oh. So I think this is gorgeous. And that's it. That's all. Nothing crazy fancy about it. It's so pretty and so easy. I really love how it turned out. And then we can throw a panel of white for the inside. That's cool. I don't even have, well, Here For You Always. I guess we could put a little sentiment in there. Here For You Always. You are loved beyond measure. There, I like that. Okay. We're not even going to stamp it upside down, especially since I already glued my piece of cardstock in there, and I'm sure somebody's like, oh, she shouldn't have done that. If she messes up. Oh, straight and all. So there we go. So easy. Isn't that pretty? Love, love, love that one. Here's one. It has a sentiment from a different stamp set. The sentiment is from, is it Thoughtful? No. It's the one with the teacup. I can never remember the name of that set. I'm looking for it on my shelf and can't find it. Everyday Details. Sorry. So this was with number 1. I'm With You. I think that's the one you picked, Joy, right? I'm With You. I like this one a lot. But again, this would be beautiful as well. And you never know what you might get in your kit because we'll do all of the patterns. Okay, so there's our second card. And then our final card is probably also one of my favorites. I'll be honest, I'm loving all my cards today. They are very Dina-esque cards, if so to speak, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this last card is oh so Dina. You'll know it. I've made a few different versions of this card, but ultimately this is the one that we're going to make today. And when I say a few different versions, I've kind of played with the layers just a little bit. I'll show you. I have a simpler version as well, but I kind of like my fancy version, not going to lie. Okay, so I'm going to start with the largest die cut from Vellum. And, you know, some people think, oh, why would you put Vellum on white? Because it's stunning. That's why. I think it's a really classy touch and it looks fantastic. So I'm just going to put that on here like so. And you can see that you can't see the adhesive. When you do Vellum on white, the adhesive does not show through unless your adhesive has like a big dusty glob or something on it. Then you might see something, but in this case, you do not. All right, now I have 4 strips of paper that are a little bit of a spring rainbow. Okay, so I've got Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple. No, actually, I think this might be the wrong color. It is. I think this is technically Parakeet Party, but it's supposed to be Lemon Lime Twist. It was put away in the wrong scrap drawer. And then this strip is, of course, Coastal Cabana, the color that lets us know God loves us. Now, these strips are each I believe 1 1/8 by 3 1/2. Yeah, 1 1/8 by 3 1/2 inches. And we're going to adhere them to this card. Now, I am going to be a forward-thinking, fabulous stamper, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this piece first so I don't mess it up. Now, you can stamp a variety of different things on here. There's so many. Thank you for your friendship. I can't thank you enough. Big hugs. I know you will get through this. Here for you always. Whatever you want. I think I'm going to do thank you for your friendship because that's pretty. It's nice. We haven't used it yet. Although Big Hugs is also, maybe I'll put that on the inside and we'll put Big Hugs on the outside. All right. Now, another little tip. So when you get these, you have this background piece, right? So we're going to use this butterfly. Okay, that's this one right here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to use some Post-it notes. And what I'm doing is I'm blocking off the other openings in this little paper like that, just to be safe. And I might actually put some around here too, just to be extra safe. Okay, and now what I can do is use this as a stencil. All right, so, well, I know I'm kind of doing this all goofy, but I was thinking about the inside of my card, and this is why we're doing it this way. Okay, so this is going to be on our card pointing in this direction, like this, but I'm going to have it pointing in the other direction on the inside of my card, like this. Okay, and then we're going to take, and I think I'll do Coastal Cabana because let's just be honest. Oh, actually, I could use a couple colors on this. So I'm going to start with Coastal Cabana, and I'm just going to carefully blend some ink on here. All right, and then I'm going to do, I'm just using the ink that's left on these from our last project, or our first project, I should say. And I'm doing some whatever green that was. I'm not sure which green I used last. And then I've got some Daffodil Delight for the end. Okay, so now I have 3 colors. And honestly, you could probably get away with 2 because you'll get green in the center. Okay, so I'm going to pull that up. And look at that. Oh, so pretty. Okay. So I think I'm going to stamp, what are you doing? I can't remember. Did I say we should do Big Hugs on the outside? I think so. And then I'm going to do Thank You for Your Friendship on the inside. Okay, and I will do that. I'm trying to decide what color of ink to use. I think I'm actually going to use Basic Gray. It's kind of a softer color than, say, black. But it will look nice kind of going across here like that. Ha-ha! Okay, that was the inside. Let's do the outside. Okay, so I'm gonna put adhesive on this panel. And oh, I know, the whole thing started when I was trying to decide what sentiment to put on my piece, right? And I'm lining these up to make sure that I've got enough room. Yeah, that's definitely Pretty Peacock. Or not Pretty Peacock. What am I saying? Parakeet Party. It's all these alliterations. Do you guys ever struggle with the alliterations? There's too many. Okay, oh, maybe there's supposed to be a little gap between each of these. Whoops. I think there was. Well, that's okay because I didn't stick them on here super tight. And I know I have adhesive going all the way through this, but we're going to get over that because we're going to have just this teeny little gap and we won't really even notice it. And that's the beauty of seal, is it's repositionable, which is the best. Okay, so we've got a little gap. Now what I want to do is stamp my sentiment on here. Plus we're going to cover some of this up anyway, so it's no big deal. Okay, I've got my Big Hugs. Please be straight. Not bad. Okay, and then I'm going to attach that to the bottom of my card, like so. And isn't this just like a breath of fresh air? Oh, I love it. Now I've got a 2 3/4 inch vellum square that I'm going to attach. Now this one's a little trickier to attach because we don't want it to show up. The adhesive will show up on this if we put it on. So what I'm going to do is hide it behind my butterfly, and there will be plenty of spots behind my butterfly. I kind of ripped this out of my thing funny. There we go. So, you know me, I got to curl my wings just a touch. And then I'm going to put a couple glue dots on my butterfly. Okay. And I'm just going to put the butterfly right in the center like that. Okay, and then on the back side is where I'm going to put a couple more glue dots hidden behind my wings. So I'm kind of looking for those thicker areas of the wings to add my glue dots. And then I'll put one right where there's already a glue dot, like that. Okay, and then we'll just position that right on here, like so, and so pretty. All right, now we're going to take kind of these goldy coppery colored sparkle gems and add them. Oopsies. Try to add them to our card. Well, do I want one right there? I can't decide. So tricky. Oh, seriously, Dina. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if I like that one there. Oh, well, we're committed. Never mind. I was going to stick it up here, but it's okay. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then the inside coordinates. So I love how this one turned out. Now I will give you the leftover sheet in your card kit so you can do this as well. Just get your Post-its out and you can create a stencil. So very fun. All right, I'm going to close this ink pad up and then I'm going to show you all my cards from today. All right, so first off, we made our fun fold, which is our challenge card for March with our Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group. There should be a link in the description of this video to find it if you're not already on there, or just search Stamping with the Creativity Cave. And this is my sample card, which I love. And this is the dimensions. All of this will be posted on my blog and our Facebook group tomorrow. Okay, because I gotta feed my family tonight. Oh, it's like they want to eat dinner every day. Then our second card was this one. So, so pretty. And then our third card was this one with the fun inside. So I hope you just loved these undoubtedly spring cards and are excited to make them. Of course, don't forget, when you shop in my online store and your orders are just so, so appreciated, you will receive a card kit with an order of $35 before tax and shipping. If you spend $50, you'll get the All-Star Tutorial PDF for the Rock Star, which is super fun, by the way. And then if you spend $75, you'll also get a package of these sparkle gems. You'll get the whole package, not my partially used one. So it's a great deal. All right, friends, don't forget to use the host code, which is, I have it right here. It's on my blog, but it's KX3HVG9V. There you go. It's also on my blog. And if it's not in the description of this video, I will get it there. I can't remember if I put that in there or not yet, but I'll add it if I didn't. So anyway, it's still light out, you guys. It's so awesome. It's never light out at the end of my videos. In daylight savings it is. Anyway, I guess we did save the daylight, didn't we? have a wonderful week. Reminder, I'm not going to be live next Monday because I will be coming home from Houston. But I will be live. Maybe I'll try and be live later on that week. I just won't be live on the Monday. So anyway, we will see you again soon, friends. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Oops. Sorry if you just saw my nose, up my nose. Bye.